Today we're going to test a new way to grill your steak. My good friend Huub de la Bretonnière came up with this great idea that I wanted to share with you guys. So first a shout out to Huub to coming up with this. He found a way to sear your steak in a way that broilers do. You know, the salamanders that they have in the restaurant where you get a lot of top heat and that sears your steak. Well, this is about the same idea. And currently there are a lot of gas grills being built that do the same thing. But what if you can do this in your Kamado Joe? That will be great, right? So I got this beautiful, nice ribeye. It's a really big, thick cut. And first we're gonna smoke it. So I set the Kamado Joe Big Joe to smoke at 110 degrees Celsius, which is around 220 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to place our ribeye in the middle and we're going to let it smoke. I got a little bit of hickory in there until it reaches a core temperature of around 48 degrees Celsius. So we'll let it smoke, let it come up to temperature, and then we'll start working on how to sear our steak. You got your basic grill grate, which is the table, and you put a grate extender on it. Then you put a cooling rack on top of your grill grate extender, and on top of that you put lit charcoal, so you got a lot of instant heat right over. And what that does is that it creates top heat and it sears the steak, but the fat that renders off your steak will not fall into the flames because the heat is on top. So you don't get flare-ups, but you get a maximum amount of sear. So we're going to test that and see if it works. In the meantime, we will prepare our nice and easy horseradish sauce. So this is around 2 tablespoons, a little bit more because I like horseradish. 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, low-fat mayonnaise that is, that always works better in sauces. And then half a cup of sour cream, 1 teaspoon of mustard, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We'll slowly mix that up. If you want to, you can add a little bit of garlic to this. You can add a little bit of parsley to this. What I like to do is add a little bit of black pepper. Of course, you can adjust the amounts to your personal preference. We'll set this in the fridge until our steak is fully cooked. And in the meantime, all these flavors in here get the opportunity to melt together. So we're firing up our charcoal, and I selected the biggest chunks that I had. I handpicked them, starting them up because we don't want these small pieces that will fall through. We want the bigger ones and we want them fully lit. In the meantime, we're checking out our nice ribeye. Wow, look at that. We'll take her off the grill. So I'm putting in the grill extender, and in this way we can just slide our steak underneath, and that will be just perfect for searing. Of course, I want to add a little bit of flavor. The smoke is already in there. We'll top it with some salt. So this charcoal is searing hot, and we're going to dump it right on this grate. Some real heavy heat coming off of this. Now I'll quickly place my steak in this cast iron pan, which I can place underneath the heat, and there we go. And what we're looking for is to get a nice crust on the outside. The fat renders down and just drips into the cast iron pan. Let's take a closer look. This is not giving off the heat that I hoped for. It's not going as fast as I wanted to, so I will try and lift it up, see if it works. Now we are definitely picking up some heat. You guys can see the fat is rendering nicely, and yeah, we're getting some crust on the outside. This is starting to look good. Let me flip it around. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The steak definitely tastes good. Gorgeous. A nice crust on the outside, and nice smoke flavor from the hickory. Overall, it's a great steak. It's well done. What we're really looking for is like getting a minimum amount of sear. And in my opinion, that's just a little bit too much. Either I need to add more heat to the top or figure out how to improve it, or just use my cast iron skillet. But overall, I'm impressed. You get some of that horseradish sauce on the table, get the steak in there, and like, oh wow.